Star slip out the south. Watch a tone Mercedes Benz lit. This the Falcons strong. You they kings back to back like about 7. Try to run it, but the dog's too strong. Hard hitting bars like a Grady blitz. Every fact straight fire, every line gon' hit. ATL made me this city's my heart. Step up, talk sports or get torn apart. Home team. Home team. Fans got that chop to the chip with a flex. Hawks in the cut, ice cold like a tag. A-Town legend, I debate with the best. Come weak with the takes, get late to rest. Home team. Home team. Don't speak about the sell what you tone. Mercedes Benz lit, this the Falcons throne. You gay games, bet the bad like a boss. Sub bun, try to run it, but the dog's too strong. Hard hitting bars like a Grady blitz. Every fast straight fire, every line gon' hit. ATM made me, this city's my heart. Step up, talk sports, so you're torn apart. Whole team. Star slip out the south. Watch a tone Mercedes Benz lit. This the Falcons strong. You they kings back to back like about 7. Try to run it, but the dog's too strong. Hard hitting bars like a Grady blitz. Every fact straight fire, every line gon' hit. ATL made me this city's my heart. Step up, talk sports or get torn apart. Home team. Home team. Fans got that chop to the chip with a flex. Hawks in the cut, ice cold like a tag. A-Town legend, I debate with the best. Come weak with the takes, get late to rest. Home team. Home team. Team. Two. Don't speak about the sell what you tone. Mercedes Benz lit, this the Falcons throne. You gay games, bet the bad like a boss. Sub bun, try to run it, but the dog's too strong. Hard hitting bars like a Grady blitz. Every fast straight fire, every line gon' hit. ATM made me, this city's my heart. Step up, talk sports, so you're torn apart. Whole team.
Home team, what's happening? What's happening, home team? This your boy Blakberry Rex on them. We bringing back one of the classics, Fan Speak Mondays. If you're in the building, Show some love in the chat. Make sure you put some red and black down in the chat. We're gonna have a real good conversation today, I hope, because it's a lot of conversation that has brewed over the weekend with the Atlanta Falcon fan base. I struck a nerve with some people with a mock draft that I did on Coach Unchanged channel on Saturday morning. Was that Saturday morning? Yeah, I think that was Saturday morning or Friday evening, whichever one it was. Can't remember. But apparently, a lot of the fan base don't like the idea of trading away 2026 first round pick. Don't like trade. They didn't like that I did that. Y'all didn't like that now one bit. Well, today, you're going to get an opportunity to come on live with your boy Blakberry. Express your discernment with me and my outlook on trading away a future first round pick to go all in this draft and build with the guys you get with in this draft. And then in 2027, you'll have your another first round pick. But for some reason, a lot of the fan base don't like that I'm giving up a first round pick and Kyle Pitts. Ooh, man. Now, see, I knew it was going to hurt some feelings. I knew it was going to hurt some feelings when I did not express a need for a Kyle Pitts with this Atlanta Falcons team. I knew it was going to ruffle some feathers. And I knew every time I talked about Kyle Pitts, not showing up like he's supposed to, not going all out like he's supposed to, not being focused like he's supposed to, not being as dedicated as he's supposed to be, taking his eye off the ball per se, pun intended. I know it hurt a lot of folks' feelings, and a lot of people just weren't saying nothing. But as soon as I did a mock draft live on y'all, as soon as I went and did a live mock draft, oh my goodness. Oh boy. Y'all showed y'all true colors then. Oh, Blackberry, what the fuck he doing? Oh man, you trading away Kyle Pitts. We ain't gonna have a first round pick in 2026. Oh man. See this thing. Oh, then somebody else asked, how we gonna pay him though, Blackberry? How we gonna play three first round picks? I traded away Kirk Cousins' contract for you. You're saving $10 million on Kyle Pitts' contract. And you don't have to worry about paying a first round pick next year. Oh, then it was also said that I left a hole at tight end. Well, didn't they just sign that Houston Texans tight end who was balling his rookie year and then got hurt and then got lost in the fold in Houston? That dude's supposed to be a Kyle Pitts type. He got Kyle Pitts attributes. Then we signed Felipe Franks. Then don't we have opportunity to replace the tight end in the draft or in free agency? Don't we have the opportunity to do that? There's no hole at tight end. I'm gonna pull this up for y'all. Let me see. I think I got it uploaded here, but this is what your boy Blakberry is speaking of. Let me see which one is it. This one. Okay, this is not the exact one from this the one I did with the Chiefs. All right, I ain't got it. Coach got that one. Coach got that one. But I think I have, let's see, I have one similar to the one I did. I'm going to find it. I have one similar to the one I did on Coach Unchained show. As soon as I find it, I'll pull it up here. I might need to go to another one because it's a lot going on here. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. Because when I did it on Coach Unchained channel this past weekend, oh man, I caught so much flack, man. They say, Blakberry, what in the fuck you got going on? Why is you trading our 2026 first round pick and our 2027 second round pick and our 2026 second round pick? Why are you doing that? You trading away our future. I guess this coming up draft ain't a part of our future, I guess. I guess it's not part of our future. I guess our rookie quarterback in the second year of his rookie contract, that's not a part of our future. I guess that ain't part of our future. But let me find this, man. But the one you looking at, the one that's on the screen. The one that's on the screen is a mock draft that I've been doing. It's similar to the one I did with coaches, except I did that one with here it is. I did that one with the Chiefs, but the one I did with coach, I did with Buffalo. I'm gonna download this here. I found the one that's similar to it. Buff Mark 1. All right. All right. Where is that shit? I just put it up in there. God damn it. We're gonna get it. Why the fuck it ain't coming up? Where is it? Oh, let me see what this shit is. Shit, I just had it up. I think this shit right here. That other one too long. It couldn't be that other one. All right, here we go. All right, so before I go over this, let me give a shout out to the loyal compadres and compadres. Jay Holland, what's going on with you, Jay Holland? He say somebody late, goddamn it. Yeah, I was late this time. I ain't gonna front. Jonte Rozier in the building. What's going on with you, Jonte Rozier? Georgia Texas boy in the building. Says the new era. Southside in the building, my dog. You say to me that just wasn't happening in real life anyway, that trade. Oh, if you say so. Jonte Rozier. Yeah, I hollered at you already, Jonte. What's up with you? King Richie. What's up with you, King Richie? Hey, they say you did a mock draft with coach. I must have missed that. I might have to go back and look at the show again. I must have missed that. Southside, he said, yeah, that tight end room is safe because we got Quentin Tarantino, nephew from the Texas. Yeah, I don't know. His name, man, I can't pronounce that dude's name for nothing, but his last name started with a Q. You kind of got it in reverse there. What's up with you, Larry? So this is what you got going on. This is a similar mock to what I did with Coach Unchained. Now, of course, this was what I did this one. I did this one about a week ago. I want to say this one was about a week ago. It's a couple things done transpired since then in the free agency, but this is pretty much still where they see a lot of the draft going. Now, for a lot of people, they don't think that Kirk Cousins that this is something that would happen. I want you to think about something. I'm gonna go down everything that I did here, and I'm gonna explain how this is very realistic. This is very realistic. And if not all of this transpiring, at least a part of this could transpire. Yeah, Tegan quit Toronto. God, fuck, boy. Boy, why people, boy, these names? Boy, I'm just gonna call them motherfucker TQ. But yeah, so the tight end from Houston that was drafted to the Houston Texans a couple seasons ago. He gets injured. He was having a ball of fucking season. He played like 7 games, I think, in his rookie season. He had like 100. He had like, what he was doing? I think he had like 7 catches for like 100 some yards, had a couple TDs. And he had did that in the span of about, I want to say it was 7 games. But he had a couple touchdowns. He had about 400 some yards receiving. I mean, he was balling. And then he gets hurt. And he gets lost in the fold in Houston after the who that is, CJ Stroud. After the CJ Stroud thing happens. They get CJ Stroud, he balling. They go get another weapon for him on the outside. He gets lost in the fold. And long story short, here he is now with the Atlanta Falcons. So let's go over this. Let me show y'all what this is about. So if you can see it, just like on Coach Unchained, I made a trade to the Tennessee Titans, who I want y'all to go and look at what's going on in the Tennessee Titans camp. Go and listen to the reports coming from out of the Titans camp. There is no certainty on what they want to do at the quarterback position. But what they're most likely barreling it down to, or narrowing on the, why the fuck I just said barreling. But what they're narrowing it down to is that they don't want to go young at quarterback. If they gonna go at quarterback, it's most likely going to be with Will Levis, or they're going to make a trade for somebody like Kirk Cousins, who apparently is doing a well enough job at convincing other teams, and probably as well as the Falcons as well, maybe, but convincing other teams that he just had a little boo-boo. He can still play at a high level. Now, if we can get the Titans to be stupid enough to make a trade for Kirk Cousins, it really won't be that stupid at all if you sweeten the pot for him. A lot of y'all don't want us to give up our first round pick in 2026. Where this come from, I got a sense of where it come from, an idea where this come from the fan base. And I'm going to explain that in just a minute on why everybody has reserves about trading away our first round pick for next year. And I'll get to that. But if you give them the first round pick give them our first round pick for 2026. And in this one, I don't even give them the first round pick. They actually took our second round pick. We still got our first in 2026 in this one. The one I did on Coach Unchained show on the morning bird feeder this past weekend, that one involved a first and second in 2026. So it just depends on sometimes if they take it or not when you do these mocks. But in this one here, which I did probably maybe 4 or 5 days before I did it with Coach Unchained, they took a 2026 second rounder and a 2027 first and second. So you still had your 2026 first round pick. You still had it. And you still got your third round pick. In 2027, anything can happen between now and then. If you wanted to get back in the first round in 2027, anything can happen. So in this particular mock draft, you didn't even have to give up your 2026 first round pick. You gave up your second. See, what this does for Tennessee, let's talk about what this do for Tennessee. What this do for Tennessee is, let's say Kirk Cousins full of shit. The injury is still significant enough where he cannot play. Well, he cannot play at a high level and make them competitors. Let's say that that's the case. Well, they got an additional second round pick in 2026. They could do anything with that additional second round pick. They could trade both their seconds to get back in the first, to get 2 first round picks. They could trade both their seconds, or they could just use the extra second to get another really good player in next year's draft. Who knows? Either way, they got an additional second round pick. And in 2027, if they still, because if the Kirk Cousins deal don't work, if that don't work out, and you got to think, if he don't get injured and if he don't fall off a damn proverbial cliff like he did with us, then at least they still think that maybe they can get some work done in 2027 with Kirk Cousins. They got an extra first and second. You think they won't take this damn deal? Hell yeah, they'll take this fucking deal. Especially if we not holding them solely responsible for the whole contract. Let's say we still pay a third of that shit and they only got to pay the other 2/3. They'll do that shit because they can just, if they need to, hell, they can just goddamn wash that motherfucking shit after 2026. So this ain't a bad deal for the Tennessee Titans. And the way it works for us is, well, shit, we got the first round pick. We got our pick of the litter now. See, we got our pick of the litter. So if we want to go defensive tackle, we can get the best defensive tackle. If we want to go edge, we can get the best edge. As you see right here, I got the best edge in this year's draft. I got possibly the best all-around athlete in this year's draft outside of Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter on the defensive side of the ball. And we did another trade. Now, this is what people say, well, this is where it's getting a little ridiculous, Blakberry. This is where it's just getting a little ridiculous. This is a little bit ridiculous. Listen, man. You analyze the fucking team. That's what you do first. In your analysis, you ask yourself, if I'm without this, how bad am I better off? Am I worse off? Or am I about the same? And then once you make that analysis, you determine whether or not if you can make the team better for now or for later, whatever one you're going for. In my case, on this mock draft, I'm trying to get better right now rather than later. I'm not thinking about 2026. I'm not thinking about 2027. I can't think past 2027. Thinking past 2027 would be ridiculous. That's why when I hear y'all say, oh, you giving up our future, you can't look past 2027 anyway. You got a young quarterback who you believe is the future of your franchise in the second year of his rookie deal. You don't have to do nothing with him for another 2-3 years. Now, if he balls the fuck out, of course you're not gonna let him play on into his 5th year, you're gonna extend him before then. You're gonna extend him in his 4th year. So what? 2027, what you doing? That's when you thinking about paying big bucks. You ain't thinking about that shit in 2026. And guess what else? That's giving you 3 seasons. That's giving you 3 seasons to determine whether or not what you do right here in this draft, how much of it you going to actually keep around. It's also going to let you determine whether or not what you already got here are core pieces that you need to keep around, like AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates. Guys who you know you want to pay because you know the difference that they make. But if you got this right here, look at what you got. You got Derrick Harmon, who I believe is the best defensive tackle in this draft. And how did you get him? You did what a lot of y'all want to do in the first place, which is what? Trade back. That's what most of you want to do anyway. Most of you want to trade back because you want to get more picks. Well, I didn't get you more picks with the first one. I gave up some picks. And granted, I understand where y'all coming from. But what I do with that second trade, with old Kyle Pitts, what I get you? Well, let's take a real good look at it there. Well, you stayed in the first. You stayed in the first. You only went back 5 picks. You got Denver's 20th pick. You also got their 85th pick and their 122nd pick. I got you more picks. You wanted more picks? I got you more picks. You move back to 20. You still got who I believe is a difference maker on anybody's football team. You got Derrick Harmon. You got Derrick Harmon at 20. But guess what? We didn't stop there. No, this is where the Kyle Pitts trade come in at. All I did was trade that 15th pick, and I got y'all 3 additional picks. Still pretty early in this draft. I trade Kyle Pitts to Buffalo, and I get you 3 more picks. One of which is still in the first round. Now, this is where the fan base need to be talked off a goddamn ledge. That's not realistic, Blakberry. This not only frees up money. We still are in a cap predicament. We still in a cap space predicament. We may not be in cap hell per se anymore, but we still in cap purgatory. Not only does this free up some money for you, that's $10 million you save by trading Kyle Pitts. And if you offset the balance, if you do the difference, you getting the number 30 pick in the first round, what? $8 million. You're saving $8 million. Save your money with Kirk Cousins. Save your money with Kyle Pitts. So you got the saving money aspect. Then you ask yourself, okay, so what about the hole at tight end? Well, I told you ain't no hole. You just signed that boy TQ from the Houston Texans. He's supposed to be healthy now. That boy can ball. Now he might not have the athletic attributes at the level of Kyle Pitts, but it's plenty of tight ends in the league that don't have the athletic attributes at the level of Kyle Pitts, and they perform just as well, if not better, than Kyle Pitts. You got that boy McBride with the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, he's just one. I mean, you don't need Kyle Pitts to be somebody that takes off attention. You just need somebody that know how to do their motherfucking job. That's all you need. So, what you get for Kyle Pitts from Buffalo? You got their 30, you got their 108th, you got their 132nd. We gonna be looking real pretty in the fourth round. In the fourth round gonna be looking real good. It's gonna be looking delicious to us. It's gonna be looking real good. So, pick 30, Jalen Walker was still there. Why does this make sense? Well, Jalen Walker been dropping on a lot of people's mocks. He's been dropping in a lot of mock drafts, mainly because of these offensive linemen. They just went into these pro days and into the combine, and they just look like uber athletes at offensive tackle and guard. And there's a lot of these teams looking like with these young quarterbacks, we're going to need these offensive linemen to help protect these young QBs. So Jalen Walker could possibly fall to 30. What I don't like is when the fan base make it seem like they haven't seen players fall before. That's what that's what kills me. Look at that boy in Tennessee, the quarterback in Tennessee who barely done touched the damn field. The black boy, he barely done touched the damn field. They thought this boy was finna go top 3. He fell damn near into the second round. Jalen Carter failed. Jordan Davis failed. They didn't fall down as far as 30. But these players, they fall, man. And it's for whatever the case is. Sometimes it's on these psyche valves, they don't get us, a score as high as a lot of teams would like. Yeah, Willis, Mucho, that's right, Willis. They don't work out as well as teams would have thought when they go watch them work out. Whatever the case is, they fall. It's very possible Jalen Walker fall to 30. And I want you to think about something. With what you do, with what I did here, this makes sense on a money level, and it makes sense on a building level. And it seems like a lot, but when you think about it, is it really? The one thing about this mock draft that we can all agree to is that it gets rid of Kirk Cousins. Problem solved there, right? Problem solved. It gets rid of Kirk Cousins. So that's something that everybody looking for to happen anyway. The problem is with this mock draft is, well, the two things is the problem. People are afraid of the possibility of being suck again. And if we suck again, we gonna be salivating over what we can get in the first round again in 2026. This franchise has told us before that they think they have a team that will not be picking that high in the first round again. That is true, because here we are at the 15th pick. Now, can you get some quality at 15? Yeah, fuck yeah, you can. But if you're better the year after, which over the course of history have shown us that the second year, we're usually much better. The second year into a coaching regime. It's happened at every coaching, with every coach that stuck around for more than 2 years. We got better that second year. We ain't going to be picking in the top 20 next year in 2026, y'all. I'm letting y'all know that right now. You're not going to be too mad at not having a first round pick in 2026. And if you even better going into the 2027 draft, and like I said, anything can happen between now and then. You can get back in the first round in 2027. At that point, it's just semantics. At that point, it's just semantics. You can get back in the first in 2027. I wouldn't even be batting an eye at that shit. But you get what you want right now. And we know Terry, he know how to make that shit twerk. So why would we even give a fuck about not having a first rounder in 2027 right now? You got it in 2026, though. So we knew we wanted to get rid of Kirk Cousins. A lot of us don't give a fuck how it happened. Just make it happen. Well, I made it happen here. And I made sure I got some draws off of the Tennessee Titans in the process. Now, if we look at the rest of this draft after the 30th pick, after the Jalen Walker pick, all of this is possible. Jack Sawyer, Jalen Noel, Deion Walker. And I seen that comment somebody made about Gunnar Helm. Let me see who that was. Georgia, Texas boy. I'm sorry, Blakberry. Gunnar Helm is trash, and I watch UT games. His stats don't say he trash. I didn't watch their games. I'm not going to front with you. But I went back and I watched a little tape on him. And while he ain't going to give you all stuff, he know how to get open for a tight end. For a tight end, he gets open a lot. He's one of the shiftiest tight ends I've ever seen play the game. And that's something that helps him out. Is his route running ability at tight end. That helps him out a lot. He's able to get in and out of cuts like a big receiver would be able to. But I'm not picking Gunnar Helm to take Kyle Pitts' place. We have Kyle Pitts' replacement already. But oh shit, what I was saying. Anyway, I'm not getting Gunnar Helm to take Kyle Pitts' place. I'm not getting him to replace Kyle Pitts. We got his replacement already in TQ, the guy we just signed from the Houston Texans. So, and then you got Felipe Franks for blocking, and who can sneak out and get some and do some work on offense if you need him to. So that it's going to be tight end by committee. We're not going to really be missing much. I'm not looking for Gunnar Helm to be to Kyle Pitts. Hell, for all we know, some bit might turn out to be better than Kyle Pitts. Let's be honest. Let's just be real. But, I mean, it's possible. I ain't saying he is. I'm just saying it's possible. But look at what else you get. Uber talent, Jeffrey Bossa. Very versatile in the defense. Nick Nash, a burner. Brady Cook. If you need him to step in and be like he could be like a goddamn Taysom Hill for the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? And Drew Kendall, all the upside in the world at center, I really don't think he need a whole lot of work. He don't need a whole lot of he don't need a whole lot of work as far as like showing that he can be a starting center in the NFL. He just needs to show that he could be a solid backup. That's all. So I'm not looking at this in a sense of this draft being, okay, if we can't get this done, then we can't get nothing done. Look, I done did a lot of different mock drafts. This just the most aggressive one I've done. I've done a mock. Let me see if I got that other one. Nah, I ain't got the other one up there. I had to download it. I don't feel like doing all that. But it's very much possible that we could just trade back Trade back with somebody like Denver. Get the 20th pick. Still get a guy like Derek Harmon or Kendall Grant. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. All right, so let me get this off the screen. So y'all done seen that. Then I'm gonna drop the link. Let y'all come in, talk y'all shit, and I'm gonna say a couple things before I do though. Yeah, yeah, that what that Core Good 5. I know that what I know. Damn, I got a lot going on around me, y'all. Anyway. So y'all gotta tell me what y'all think about that. Let me see what y'all saying. I know y'all saying a lot of shit. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh shit, that's crazy. Damn. It what car it hit? Junk cars? Oh shit. Yeah, they live. Look like it might be some junk cars.
I hope her dog not back there. You know
But let me see what y'all talking about, man, in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all coming through too. What's up with you, Mucho Grande? What's up with you? He say surprise, surprise. What's up with you, man? Yeah, Tegan Quitariano or something like that, man. What's up with you, Michael? All right, Jordan Tisbel, I can see a possible trade down with Houston in the draft. They need a guard and tackle. sometimes teams don't fulfill needs in the draft, y'all. A lot of times teams wait until after the draft to see what happens after the draft to fulfill needs on the offensive line. Not every team is cool with starting a rookie at guard or at tackle. Sometimes you want experience there depending on your situation. If you building a young quarterback, like say if you got a quarterback, it's his first year. You don't really want his first year to be with a brand new tackle protecting his blind side or on his non-blind side. Sometimes you want experience over there. And then maybe in his second year, if you need to move on, you move on then. And he can get acclimated with the young guy that come in behind him. And you can build them up together like that. Sometimes that's the case. All right, what do you say? What week you did this on Coach Show? Was it last week? No, I did the one I just had up there. I did that like 4 or 5, like 4, 5, maybe 6 days. It was almost a week before the one I did on Coach Show, but it was very much similar to that one. The difference was on Coach Show. On Coach Show, I didn't have. I mean, I had to give up 2026 first and second. On this one, I did a 2027 first and second. So you still had a first in 2026. Titans roster is not win now ready. That's why Cleveland is a better spot for Kurt. The Titans are better off taking a rookie quarterback, which looks like they are. They don't want you got to go watch. You got to go pull up Tennessee Titans coverage. That's what you got to go pull up. Don't just look at what you see other or national reporters reporting. Don't go just look at what you see content creators saying. Don't just go look at what you see the professional analysts who do these mock drafts. Don't just go look at what they say. Go look at what's being reported out of the Tennessee Titans camp. The Tennessee Titans Tribunes. Go look at that. A lot of what they saying don't sound like they gonna go young at quarterback. Now, like I said, they're not being clear on anything. I don't know for certain what they want to do. Nobody does. Every team keeping stuff close to the vest in this draft. Nobody's being real transparent. Let me see. So Test Boy say he think folks still sleeping on Jalen Walker. They let him sleep, because if he fall to us, that's probably where we gonna go. If he fall to us, that's probably where we gonna go. If he fall to us, who knows? Well, King Richard say they not trading Pitts, though not this year, because Penix wants Pitts. That's the only thing about that. Why y'all say that? Because they was out somewhere eating together? That's why y'all say that? So what? These motherfuckers, they get to know each other. They go sit down and eat. So what? That don't mean shit. I don't know why that keep being why that narrative keep being spread around. Oh, they was seen out with each other at Chick-fil-A. And so what? They could have been getting together to talk business about something they want to get into outside of football. The podcast world is booming. Who knows why they was together? And listen to me. I'm not crazy. I know I seen the connection that Penix had with Pitts. I saw that. I did. But let me explain something to y'all. Ricky, well, he ain't a Ricky no more, but quarterbacks that's inexperienced in the league, that don't have the experience yet. He going into his, I'm gonna call, I don't know what to call it, but his sophomore year. He only got a few games under his belt, right? He still got a lot to prove to the organization. He still got a lot to prove, period. Saying that Michael Penix got that kind of pull to say, I want this guy, I want that guy to stay. Just make sure I still got them. Now, I'm not going to front. A coach might say, okay, that's who you want. That's who we're going to stick. That's who we're going to keep around. But if it makes more sense from a business sense, they gonna tell that young buck, hey, you can get a connection with somebody else. The same connection you got with him, you can get with another guy. You just got to work on it. You got time to do that. You ain't got that much experience throwing that ball in this league yet. You got plenty of time to develop chemistry with people around. You might like this dude. It's gonna be somebody else that you can get that ball to. Trust me. You got plenty of time for it. But we need to move that contract. We need to move that money. That contract right there, that player right there is going to get us extra picks and it's going to save us some money. That's going to help you possibly one day be a champion. That connection you got with him, it might not be enough. It might not be enough. I'm I'm gonna drop the link. We ain't gonna do this long. We ain't gonna do this for long now. Need you to come on in the room. We ain't gonna do this for long. Come on in the ring. All right, let me see. What else y'all talking about? George Tisboy said, I remember when some scouts thought Michael was a tweener. Yeah. Michael said, drafting Harmon and Walker allows you to let D.O. Oh, David Onyemata. Okay. Drafting David Onyemata allows you to let go of D.O. go without there being a gap at DT. Yeah, I mean, because if you're talking about experience at the position, then you still got Kentavious Street on the roster, who can offer some tutelage with his experience in the league to those guys too. So yeah, that would letting D.O. go be a little bit easier to deal with. Southside said Penix made it perfectly clear that Pitts isn't going anywhere anytime soon. When he made that clear, because I ain't heard shit come out of nobody's mouth. I don't speculate. I go by what I know. All right, we got some folks in that building. Jay Holland, Georgia Texas boy. What's up with you, fella?
What's happening?
Hey, man.
What's going down, Coach? How you doing, Blakberry? How you doing? What's going on, Georgia Tech?
Ain't shit.
Cooling it, man. Cooling it in the office.
Shit, I'm at
Kicking
work,
it, cooling it. What's going on with you, Xavier Littman? All right, so what y'all fella got for me today, man?
I want to touch on that the Penix and Kyle Pitts part.
Okay.
I mean, if we all seen the chemistry they had last year in a few games, shit, why not see what they got for a full fucking season? I mean, Kyle Pitts cap hit really ain't shit compared to what the hell we got to pay Kirk as. So let's see and let's ride. I mean, Desmond really didn't come in with nobody that had chemistry like that. Nor did I see Kirk Cousins going making PBJ sounds with some damn receivers. If the boy got a connection with somebody this early in his career doing veteran shit, well, I mean, damn, Coach, let's see what this year might look like. He had a solid season this past year for almost having 2 receivers go for 1,000. He had like, what, 800 something yards? That's pretty goddamn solid to me. And plus the running back doing good. I just say let's wait and see. Let's wait it out.
He had just under 700, something like that.
That's why I said let's wait out and see what can they do for a full year. That's all I gotta say on that part.
I'm gonna pick up off what Blakberry was saying earlier about not allowing a rookie quarterback to have so much say so. Like, I would agree. If that was a college quarterback, he only played 2-3 years, you don't have that much say so. But looking at these quarterbacks from the last 2 years, Michael Penix, Jalen Daniels, Bo Nix, you can even say CJ Stroud, those quarterbacks who play longer in the league, you get them a little bit more leeway. So I feel like with you having an experienced quarterback, we can go, if we have to, next year in 2026 or 2027, we can go get them rookie tackles.
That's a good point. That's a good point. My bad, y'all. Hey, y'all. Okay. So
What was the my fault? What was the topic from earlier? I kind of just chimed in when you talking about the Cal Pitts part. You saying don't let your quarterback have a lot of leeway or something? That was the topic earlier or something?
Nah, that was just something I mentioned because everybody using the narrative that Michael Penix, he been seen out with Kyle Pitts, like they trying to develop a chemistry with one another, relationship, making sure that they got a good bond with one another so that they can translate onto the field. All that's fair and all that well and good. But like what Georgia Textbook was just saying, I don't think you give a young quarterback that much say-so on who he got at quarterback or who he got out there on the field with him. Now, because we done seen some examples of the kind of connection that they can have with one another, then that kind of does lean it towards, well, Pitts ain't going nowhere. They gonna see if they can expand on that relationship, on that connection, on that chemistry. I agree with that part. All I'm saying is don't discount the possibility that they could still find a way to trade Kyle Pitts if it's a better business decision for the team, because that chemistry, that connection that everybody trying to paint the picture for that Penix and Pitts have with one another, and trying to paint that picture for that, we ain't got a whole lot of proof in the pudding for that. It ain't a whole lot of proof of that this connection is just, it's enough. We done seen enough to not save $8 million. It's not enough. I mean, it's enough proof in the pudding for us to not get more picks in the third round or the fourth round of this draft and still be able to get some real good pieces to be able to fortify this defense.
All right, can I chime in on that part? Can I kind of butt in? Did the Falcons say they can trade him, or did us fans / media saying we could trade Kyle Pitts and get some extra picks?
No, everything right now is just hypothetical.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, my bad.
And being honest, no team is gonna be the only team that of being that goddamn brash and that damn stupid is the Dallas Cowboys. They'll play their hand every time. They don't care. It's part of the reason why they ain't won shit in almost 30 years, because they play their hand so much. Most teams ain't gonna do that.
All right, so what's y'all thought on this? So what if the Falcons, we go through the draft and we get a center in the 5th or 6th round, but they re-sign Nuzul, since Nuzul and Michael Penix, they already have a relationship from scout team, from being backup. He been hiking the Penix the whole year up until these last 4 weeks. No, I take that back, because I don't know if he was the center when Dalvin was out those 4 weeks. Because remember, Ryan Nuzul started 8 games this year.
Was it 8 games?
Yes, it was 8 games this year, and he was the center.
I know he started, but that half the season, I ain't know Dalvin was out half the season.
I know Dalvin was out 4 games for sure, and I know that Nuzul was the center when Kirk Cousins went off against Tampa Bay.
That's true. Yes, he was.
You saying how would we feel if we draft the center?
Later in the rounds, but we allow Nuzul to start because he has that relationship with Penix.
The only problem with Nuzul is just he didn't get playing time because Dalman was the guy. Nuzul didn't really do a bad job, because matter of fact, Nuzul was the center when we went on that straight win streak.
I mean, I won't get mad at it. Shit, we need depth.
Because Kurt got hurt when Dalvin came back in that Saints game right before this You know, with because Dalman came back that Denver game, I think. Nah, it was before the Denver game. It was the Saints game. I think Dalman came back in the Saints game. So Newsel just don't get playing time. Truthfully, a lot of our players don't get playing time because we so deep in so many places last year.
Exactly. And then think about okay, Drew Dalton was the second highest paid center. By how many games has Ryan Newsel played in the last 3 years?
Not a lot. You don't even hear Newsel name until Dalton got. Well, I'll take that back. Arthur Smith played Newsel a lot. Arthur Smith actually liked the Newsel. Because remember, we got rid of old boy from Georgia or whatever school that was. We got rid of him after we drafted him just to keep Newsel.
Who was that? Schaefer?
Yeah, Schaefer and the other guy that they tried to put. It was two guys we got rid of that we drafted just to keep Newsel. So obviously Arthur Smith seen some. And one credit I will give Arthur Smith. If you want your O-line fixed, that is the guy to do it. I got to give him his flowers on that O-line type stuff.
Yep.
What y'all think about this statement right here by Corey Gilfire? He say if you can package Tyler and Pitts together, you can get anything. What y'all think about that?
See, that's the problem. That showed me that a lot of people didn't. All they seen was the clip of Penix and Pitts together. See, what they didn't understand is they didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the whole thing. Arthur Blank brought Pitts, Michael Vick, Michael Penix, and Jesse Bates to that golf tournament. He the one introduced them to Michael Vick. So that's what makes me say what I said, Blakberry. Not because I don't think he don't have trade value, but it's different when you right. If it was just Penix and Pitts hanging out, I'd be more so along the line with you. Like, yeah, they could just be discussing the business because Pitts do got a podcast. So, but when you have the owner introducing Michael Vick to Penix and Pitts and Jesse Bates, it's a different, it's just a different optic for me.
That video made me think of when Matt Ryan was a rookie quarterback, but you can see the excitement on Arthur Blank's face when he was introducing Michael Penix to Michael Vick.
Yeah, and then he introduced. See, that's what I'm saying. The difference was Blakberry. It wasn't. I understood what you were saying. If it was just them two, I wouldn't even gave it a second look. But when Arthur Blank introduced Pitts to Mike Vick, that was a whole different. With a smile on his face. Both of them had big smiles on their face. So obviously I just think it's different when the owner involved is basically what I'm saying. It's a different optic.
Yeah, so listen, y'all. We want Kyle. Listen. Let's not get this twisted. I don't want folks to get this twisted. I'm not trying to get rid of Kyle Pitts. Okay? Let's be clear about that. But what I am trying to do is see how I can make the team better now and how I can make us actual contenders on all three aspects of this game. Defense, offense, special teams.
And I agree with you because I get rid of Pitts before I get rid of Algier. That's just me.
I sure hell would. And the reason why I would do that, King Richie, is because for all this attention that fans want to keep highlighting that Kyle Pitts takes off of the offense, being a guy that gets other guys open. You don't give a fuck about that if you using them dudes in the back the right way. And that's keeping it a buck.
And see,
if you
Zach
using
Robinson,
them right, you don't give a fuck about who open on a 9 route.
And you right, because see, the problem is, I think it's a whole bigger issue with Zach Robinson and people thinking, I think me and you done talked about this before.
Yeah,
Zach Robinson has never had this many weapons. LA cool, and they got weapons, but they may got what, 2 or 3? You got a whole offense and a back room.
Yeah, you got a whole arsenal over here.
I
And you
don't.
got
I'm sorry.
that's why Rondale Moore left. That's the only reason he left. Because because just say if we do say draft a wide receiver in the later rounds, right? That may put Rondale Moore out the door anyway. Because if they do get another wide receiver, they're gonna get a speedster, like you said.
I don't think Zach. I don't think he can get tight ends open.
Nah, he never had a tight end like Kyle Pitts. That's my
Yeah.
point.
Right.
You
The
know,
Rams never had a tight end like that. The
when
Rams,
we
you gotta
had
look at it. Tyler Higbee.
See, the Rams never had, with they style of, it's so many different forms and variations of the West Coast because you got to think about it. Sean McVay West Coast don't use tight ends, but Kyle Shanahan West Coast uses tight ends. So
Arthur
Zach
Smith didn't have a
Robinson,
problem.
think about it. He's never tell me what team he's been on. Zach Robinson, they got 2. You got a 1A and 1B running back.
Hey,
You see what I'm saying?
They took 4 years for blank.
They had that when they had the year they drafted Kyron Williams and they still had Cam Akers. That's the only time I
Man,
can say
I'm
1A and 1-2, but Cam Akers couldn't stay healthy. Nope. But then again, you gotta think about it. Right now, Atlanta built just like the Rams. We just got a tight end like Kyle Pitts. If Charlie Warner was the number 1 tight end, we built just like the Rams. We got a running back, Bijan, Kyron Williams, and then they had the DeMarcus Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Puka.
But see,
we had Drake London, Moody, and Ray.
The only reason I gotta disagree with you there, bro, is because one thing that I did notice the difference between they running backs and ours. I'm gonna tell you the biggest difference. They got more speed backs and finesse backs. The problem is, if I hit you with Bijan, right? Because I even do this when I play Madden. Not saying football is Madden, but I'm just giving an example. When I hit a team with Bijan, right? Then I say, okay, you know what? They may stop Bijan here and there. Okay, since you want to stop Bijan behind the line, what we finna do is go, what is it, north and south on you? We finna go north and south. We finna put Tyler in there. One thing that I've noticed these teams don't like to do is hit Tyler Algier.
Don't nobody want to hit Tyler Algier because when they get up, it don't feel good. It don't feel good when you go in the locker room, take them shoulder pads off, feel like you're peeling off a scab.
And
you don't want that kind of action.
That's what I was saying. The difference with Zach Robinson is like from Arthur Smith, right? Arthur Smith knew enough, even though he played Bijan a lot. He more so like, okay, I got my speed. Okay, now just say it's like going no huddle. If they can stop the no huddle, then let's just slow the game down with Tyler and we just gonna pound you. A lot of teams hate ground and pound. Remember, if you watch that Michael Parsons interview with Bijan, Michael Parsons said, because Bijan asked him, what type of back do you not like to go against? He said, I honestly would rather go against Saquon than a Derrick Henry because I know if I go against a Derrick Henry, it's time to strap my chin strap up. It's finna be a long game. That's how Tyler got 1,000 yards because they underestimated. If you remember, Tyler dropped to the back of the depth chart behind. Matter of fact, oh boy,
he was already behind. Yeah,
Huntley
he was already
behind
Huntley.
I got a question.
Had to show Tyler how to run behind that offensive line.
I got a question. Let me chime in on this. We got a good offensive line in the run game. We all can agree with that, right?
Got a great offensive line.
Yeah, right. Great.
Gotcha. It ain't hard finding a fucking power back. That shit replaceable. We got Buddy like in what, round 5?
But see, if you want to replace him, right? I'm gonna be honest. I don't see a running back, and I've looked at a lot of the running backs in this draft. I'm gonna be honest. Outside of Ashton Genty, I don't really see nobody hitting that hole like Tyler, bro. I just not care. Think about Tyler carrying 5 players with him.
Hold on. You know, we ain't know who the hell Tyler Algier was until we drafted him.
Nah, I did.
I'm just in general, not just speaking individual or just us on the panel.
Oh yeah. True.
Most of the people didn't know who that. Don't even watch BYU in the first damn joint. I'm protect that shit don't get showed. I'm just saying, without online, anybody can damn look good as long as you don't fumble the damn ball. Tyler Huntley looked good. I think he was undrafted. I don't even think we drafted him. Running backs come by a dime a dozen.
Just think about the 2 that we got in the back. We still got Carlos Washington and Jason Cullen.
I mean, we don't know what they.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't no big fan of Cullen like that. I'm just not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Hold on, ain't this old boy from Alabama, huh?
Yeah,
but the one thing I can say about Alabama running backs make the best role players in the NFL.
But see, that's the thing. That's what I'm basically saying. Algier is not a role player. He a 1B. It's hard to find 2 running backs that's a 1A and a 1B. It's usually a drastic drop-off is what I'm saying.
So then what you got to think is, you can make the same argument you making King Richard for why it should be a more valued piece in the offense. You can make that same argument for why he a good value piece in the trade blocks.
And that's what I had said in the comments. I was like, Tyler would give you a better trade option this year. Not saying not to get off Kyle Pitts. I'm just saying, to me, if I'm a GM and I'm looking for anybody out the Falcons offense, I'm going to be honest. Kyle Pitts is not the first one. I'll take Mooney over Kyle Pitts. I'm just being honest.
And to be real now, this would be the year for Kyle Pitts and for what this Pitt 4 is this Pitt 4 season, right?
Yeah.
We going to his 4th, right?
The 5th season.
Nah, we picked up his 5th option at the beginning of the So this is
5th season?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Him and Tyler, I think.
So it's possible for either one of them to get traded.
Yeah, truthfully.
Yeah, it's possible for either one of them to get traded. Now, whether or not it'll be on draft night or before draft night, whether or not it'll be after the draft, they both could get traded.
Or do you let them play out this last year and get them comp picks?
But see, that's the thing. That wouldn't be smart to do for both of them. It would be smart for at least one of them to get traded, because you're gonna get the most out of one of them now or before the trade deadline. You're gonna get the most out of them.
And see, the way
if you just let them play out the contract, they go into free agency, you don't get shit.
And see, that's another thing too. Teams now are more running back hungry than tight end hungry. So just think if, like a team like Dallas, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna tell you, if we was to let Tyler play out that contract, I'm gonna tell you the first person that's gonna come get him in free agency, and that's Arthur.
The Chargers.
Let's not even play games.
Who you say King Rich?
Arthur Smith. Pittsburgh.
Nope. They ain't gonna come at them with enough money. First team gonna come at them is gonna be the Chargers, and they gonna offer them that bag.
Oh yeah,
that's the same thing I said, to go back to California and Chargers.
I've been saying it, Georgia Tech boy, since what?
But see, the Chargers did us a favor
last season.
The Chargers did us a favor with Michael Turner, so they might be looking for that favor back. So
that's what I said. History kind of repeating itself in reverse, because
sleeper team, the Raiders.
You want to talk about somebody that'll make life a whole lot easier on a quarterback that's good, but just can't find a way to get over that hump on offense? Tyler take a lot of weight off old boy shoulders out there.
Herbert.
A lot of weight off his shoulder. Herbert, yeah. He'll take a lot of weight off his shoulder. And the offense, and see, this is the thing too. We can go take the draws off the Chargers.
They can go draft a running back. Why trade?
Ain't nothing
Right?
Because
like having a running
It,
back
it,
that's
it would
already.
be it would be cheaper. Shit, old boy
Yeah.
from Arizona,
because they
power back.
still need a because they still need an offensive line in LA.
So why trade? If I
Why
can
would
just draft one.
no see you need to be drafting offensive lineman. You need a running back who can tear the field up with little to no help from the offensive line. We
Because you
know
got to
Tyler.
remember,
We know Tyler can run through that first person.
but see,
Right?
you got to
That,
remember the first year Arthur Smith, when he got Tyler, our offensive line wasn't well put together at
and
first.
think about it. That first year we had like five running backs on Arthur Smith.
Tyler Algier might not be the same going to them because they ain't got the type of line we got.
Mm-hmm.
So now we might
Well,
see Tyler Algier in the backfield more than
that's why
past the line of scrimmage.
you if they want them, you get the draws off of them if they want them.
I mean, they ain't
That's
gonna be able to
why.
get no O lineman if we taking the draws,
I think a lot of teams who we ain't talking
right?
about when it comes to the first round, I see a lot of them going after them tackles. Will Campbell, Kevin Banks, Mimbo. I see at least 5 teams trying to trade up to get them tackles.
Southside
I'm gonna
said the
tell you,
Chargers signed Najee Harris. I didn't know that. They got Najee Harris now.
hey, well then if they sign Najee Harris, that's why I said Pittsburgh.
I don't think Pittsburgh. They spending too much money.
I'm
Arthur
saying,
Smith did the same thing
No,
in
I was
Pittsburgh
saying
that he
no.
did in
What I
Atlanta.
was saying is, if we let Tyler walk, that'd be another year. So by that time, the cap
Oh, you talking
would have
about
went
then?
up.
Oh,
I'm
you
talking
Yeah,
about.
talking about a trade? You talking about if he in free agency?
I'm saying,
like you
down
said,
here
if
in Dallas, they would love Tyler. They love Tyler Algier and Kyle Pitts. I'm for that. They hoping we let one of them go so they can pick them up.
I'm gonna be real with you. It's a mistake to let both of them play out their contract. It's a mistake.
now that's what I was saying. If you let Tyler play out his contract, he become a free agent with the cap going up. Arthur Smith gonna be the first one to tell him to throw the bag at him because Arthur Smith already know what kind of running back he is.
And if we keeping it a buck, it's probably gonna be Tyler the one that end up we giving some separation papers to because you got Bijan Robinson. Running backs come more at a dime a dozen than tight ends that can do what Kyle Pitts is capable of doing.
Right.
So it's probably gonna be Tyler, which begs the question: if we know it's gonna be stupid of them to let him walk into free agency,
Right.
you got to think that it's really just a matter of time before he's traded. It's just a
Now,
matter of time.
the only thing I see is if we do go on the heavy win streak this year.
Oh yeah, they do got Dobbins. No, I think Dobbins gone now.
Now
Now go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. If we do go on the win streak this year, now then I would say the choice would really be on Tyler because one thing Terry will do is hit you with that team friendly. So if he really wants, see, it depends on because some players are about the money and some of them not. Depending because the worst thing a player can do. One thing Von Miller said, and when he said this, it made me understand why Grady left. Von Miller said after being in the game 15 years, the worst thing you want to do is go to a team that's not ready to win. When he said that, I understood why Grady left because Grady been here 10 years through all of the bumble fucks and you know what I'm saying. He been here through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He understood. Grady probably was on the sideline in the Commanders game screaming, "Call a timeout."
But did he go to a
I
team that's
mean, going
ready
to
to
a
win?
same team that's gonna do the same exact
That's the
shit.
thing. Did he go to a team that's ready to
Now,
win though?
now the
You going
reason
to the
why I
same
say that
shit.
is because at this point, Grady wasn't about the money. Now he is because he know he getting older. That's what I was saying about Tyler. Now, is Tyler about the money or is he a fan of the team? Because you gotta understand, Grady actually could have been gone a long time ago. He just a fan of the team. So before that we gave him that big contract, remember Grady did his one thing I can say about Grady, he did his due diligence. He paid his contract. He took a team-friendly deal the first time. The second time he got paid. The next time he like, nah, I ain't taking no more team friendlies. because you got to understand
Yeah.
he was doing that for the love
He
of the
restructured
game.
his contract a couple times too.
Man, I think we finna let him go regardless.
No, what I'm not saying that we wasn't. I'm just saying he could have left a long time ago if it was about the money.
Okay.
It ain't
So
about
is Tyler
it
about
ain't
the
about the
money?
money with Tyler until somebody offered it to him.
I feel the
That's
same way about
all I'm
Kyle
saying.
Pitts.
But because right now his agent is talking to him. His agent been talking to him, telling him, "Hey, you got 1,000 yards your rookie year. You can do everything that the number one running back on this team can do. Everybody knows it. Everybody talks about
That's
it.
why I don't understand
Everybody
why people
knows it.
say that's why I don't understand why people say Tyler can't catch out the backfield, bro. Go watch them games where Arthur Smith
Boy,
be catching
He
out the
absolutely
backfield.
they lying to me saying that.
he absolutely can run catch it out the backfield. He's just as good as a runner. He's just as good as a pass protector as Bijan.
Last
Yeah,
thing
But
the
he
cornerback
not
and the
shifty
safety want to
like
do is
he
run
can
up
Bijan.
the
catch out the
middle.
backfield, but I'm gonna be honest. He ain't no Bijan. When Bijan got on that field, he changed the game for this Falcons offense.
Yep.
We don't
But that's
need him to be
what I'm
that.
talking about. We ain't talking about it. We're not talking about it the extreme that Tyler can do it. We talking about the fact that he can do it.
We don't
Facts.
need him to do all
That's
that.
what we talking about. We
Cause
talking
see, a
about
team
he
like the
can play the
Chargers,
same kind of. He can have the same kind of effect on a defense that Bijan can have.
and see a team like the Chargers don't need him to catch out the backfield.
You don't need to.
Cause they got wide receivers. A team like Dallas don't really need him to catch out the backfield. A team like Pittsburgh, now that they got DK, don't need him to catch out the backfield.
Another sleeper team for Tyler Algier. The Cleveland Browns. What is the future of Nick Chubb and
Oh
Jerome Ford?
boy, they a shit show.
But don't think they ain't looking at Tyler though. A lot of these
Yeah,
teams looking at him.
it's possible. Hey, let's keep it a buck. Any team that needs some out the backfield right now, they looking at Tyler Algier.
Jacksonville.
If you think a majority of this league ain't been on the phone talking to Terry about Tyler Algier every other week or every week, which one for Tyler? It's been happening. Same thing for Kyle Pitts. Which one for Kyle? It's been happening.
Cause one thing people will take from us, they may not take nobody off our defense, but they'll damn sure take somebody off our offense.
Absolutely. But as far as for Grady go though, everybody think this Chicago deal happened overnight. No, it didn't.
That shit
Oh
been going.
no.
That didn't happen overnight. That
Listen,
was in the works.
Grady, this is how I feel, and I've been saying this since the draft last year. When we drafted Root, Dorlers, and Lowe, those three draft picks replaced Grady, Onyemata, and Eddie Goldman.
Yep, I can agree with that.
That's pretty much what it chalk up to.
Or let's say Grady probably only stayed around just because Raheem Morris could have came.
But at the same time, Grady was a victim of Jimmy Lake. The whole defense was.
Man, Grady has been a victim since we started going back to a 3-4 defense.
That's
Boy,
why,
say
to
that,
be
boy.
honest, that's what
Say
got
that.
Deion. That's what got Deion Jones out the door when we went to a 3-4.
Nah, Deion
Deion got hurt.
he came back too early from that shoulder, and he came back too
Mm-hmm. That's because Deion Jones always wanted to lay the bang instead of wrapping up, and he ain't been the same since.
Nah, he ain't been the same since.
Wish we would have kept 4 years.
But you gotta think about it. At that time, we didn't have no money. 2021, we had one of that roster was ugly, bro. That roster was ugly in 2021. Even though 20, even though 2021 should have been a good ass year if everything would have went as planned. When you got Matt Ryan, Mike Davis, Cordero Patterson, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts.
Check this out.
What to say?
Check this out, though.
Shit.
Check this out. So, I want y'all opinion on this.
Okay.
If if I could get a first rounder, if I could get back in the first round again to have
this year,
another first round pick this year.
okay.
Don't think about where we're at. Just think about getting an additional first round pick.
Okay.
And I could get in the third, which we don't have a pick in the third right now. Would you take that for Kyle Pitts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. Take a first. We
You
swapping.
said a first this year and the
And
third.
a third.
A
Oh,
first
yeah.
this year and the third.
A first and a third.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you why. I can trade back and possibly pick up a third round pick without losing a player.
But you
Or to
getting
say
an additional first round pick.
I'm coming back inside the first round.
You getting a first and a third.
Shit, if I get back in the first, man, I'm finna go get that boy Loveland.
Who that?
Coasting Loveland out of Michigan. Tight end.
Oh,
Yeah.
Luckland.
I'll take an old boy out of Bowling Green.
Oh yeah.
I'll take
Or
if we do that, I'll take old boy from Bowling Green.
But you really wouldn't even need a tight end because you just picked up 3 of them.
Yeah, you don't even really need no tight end. It could be tight end by committee with what you got.
Yeah. Some of them
Because
be fucking
honestly,
count
I'm
burners.
gonna tell you, I think the reason we picked up that tight end from Houston, I don't necessarily think it was to replace Kyle. I think what we finna do too is start running some of them 2 tight end sets as well that we couldn't do with Warner.
Mm-hmm. Now see, that's definitely a possibility. Let me tell you. Let me explain this. We know Penix is used to having big receivers, right?
Yep.
In Washington, if the Falcons get a receiver before the what? Because we got to pick in the 4th round. And then
Just say we
got
pick
another
up someone like
until the
Nick
7th.
Nash.
Well, if we get Nick Nash not a big. Well, how big is he? Like 6'1"? He ain't that big. What, 6'3"? How old? He about 6'3".
I think he's 6'3".
Yeah, he is. He tall. He tall with that speed.
He like Drake size.
Yeah, Drake. What, Drake like 6'4"?
Yeah, he like Drake
Yeah,
size. He
6'5",
just got
something
more
like that.
speed than Drake.
So if they go get a big receiver, before they get to them 2 sevens they got, if they go get a big receiver in the 4th round or before, they probably gonna do a lot of 2 tight end sets
Because I'm thinking
from under the center.
Because I'm thinking that Zach Robinson playbook is more heavy. Not heavy, that's not word. I think it's more dynamic than what we think. He just haven't figured out how to put it all together yet. Because he not used to having a tight end like Pitts. He not used to having 2 dogs of running backs in his stable.
You know what? But see, that for me, I think that's a cop-out for Zach Robinson, man, that we keep giving him. He ain't used to having somebody like Pitts. Y'all, the route tree don't change for nobody. It's all designed to get guys open. It's all designed to help other receivers, to help other receivers get another guy open. That's all it's designed for. It don't change for nobody. What it's about is when they're practicing, when they practicing what they gonna run. Who do they usually go to in practice? Is this if we got Kyle lined up in the slot and we got Ray lined up in the other slot? We in a 4. Let's say we in a 3-1 set. We in a spread photo. If Kyle Pitts is in the slot and not on the line, if he's not coming off the line, he finna run whatever on that route tree.
And then that's why I think the confusion comes in, just like one of them was just saying. They didn't have no Kyle Pitts in LA doing that. You didn't see no Tyler Higbee lining up in the slot when you got Robinson, Puka Nakua,
Nah,
and
you didn't.
Cooper Kupp.
You didn't. That's what I mean when I say the
That's right.
problem.
You're right about that. Yeah,
That,
you're
but
right.
see, that's why I don't give Zach Robinson as much slack as everybody else, because think about it. I think Arthur Smith at the time was a better OC than Zach Robinson, right? And he couldn't even figure out how to use all his weapons.
And I
So
agree, but you also got to remember this was Zach Robinson's first year as an OC. It's his first year calling plays.
no,
Arthur Smith.
that's what I was getting to. You're trying to run your offense. Zach Robinson trying to
Mm-hmm.
see. What people forget is Arthur Smith really built this offense.
He did a 2 tight end offense.
So you trying to run your West Coast with this 2 tight end offense. So now that's why we replaced a lot of certain players. And I'm gonna be honest. I think if the boy we just got from Texas stay healthy, right, he posed more of a threat than the Charlie Warner. Just being real. He don't. I mean, yeah, he can block, but if you get someone who can block and catch out the backfield in a 2 tight end set, like Charlie Warner doesn't scare anybody out the backfield, is basically what I'm saying. But if you got 2 Kyle Pitts on the line and you can spread Kyle out to the slot, like you said, but keep old boy on the line, it still poses more of a threat. Then
Look a whole lot like them New England offenses look with Hernandez and Gronk.
Yeah.
Can I be honest? I'm gonna be honest. Zach Robinson ain't no good offensive coordinator to me. I really believe Buddy was we had some good fucking talent, and Buddy was just getting hidden behind good talent, man. I'm sorry. You know how many fucking screen plays we seen and running jet sweep with fucking Drake London? Like, get the fuck out of here,
man,
bro.
I'm gonna tell you why I have to disagree with you. Is because
come on, bro.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I have to disagree with you on that.
Oh man.
No, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you exactly why. His whole scheme changed when Penix got in the game. Normally with Kirk, we running on the first play of the game. When he put Penix in there, boy, we start throwing on the first play.
Well, that's strategic.
Can I have a rebuttal?
That's to get the
hold on. Let me land this real quick. Real quick.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because when he used Penix from when he used Kirk, right? At that point, even though this is his first year, I do feel like once Penix got in the game, it's like ripping out 30 pages out your book, and now I can put them back. And the reason now this part where I fought him for just trying shit, because some of that stuff, it's like we didn't practice this in practice, but everything is, you know how like when one thing go right, now you just want to try everything at this point. And I think that's where his fatal flaw was when we put Penix in, because I could tell you're trying plays that y'all haven't practiced yet. But the reason you hadn't practiced them is because you got somebody, like I said, it was one play where Kirk threw it to Drake 15 yards down the field, but Ray was open 40 yards down the field.
Yeah. Well,
you got a quarterback that'd have been a walk-in touchdown.
Let me stop you for a minute. Because it's a little unrealistic to think that they practice every single play every week that they run on game day. That's a bit unrealistic. Most likely is the scripted. It's the first quarter script. It's
the 15 plays,
and second drive script. That's what they mostly practice. Now, yes, they done practice some of everything in the playbook. This is true. But once you get into like the meat of the game, once you get into like the end of we know that everybody done practice a 2-minute drill. Everybody know they 2-minute drill like the back of their hand. You supposed to. But once you get in the third, you pretty much going over what you think, what adjustments you make. You might run a couple plays that the team that the defense haven't seen before. You might throw a couple wrinkles in there. and run some stuff that you probably don't practice a whole lot. You probably done ran it once or twice in practice, before, but you don't practice it a whole lot. What it is when it's time to make adjustments. This is what coordinators, this is where they make their money at. When it's time to make those adjustments. Zach Robinson struggled.
Yeah,
he did.
He did. I give you that. He did.
With making adjustments. We saw him draw up he wasn't the pass game coordinator, but we saw him call a damn good beginning of the game a lot of times.
But after halftime,
it's when the defense done made their adjustments. What you coming with next? It looked like they just came out there to do the exact same thing that they was doing that stopped working.
Thank you.
That's what it looked like most of the season. And he had that little period when probably like for a few games, well, we was like, okay, it looked like he getting his act together. But then it was right back to the bullshit.
He'll stop running the ball.
He'll stop. That's the bullshit with me. On 3rd and 2, we running the ball when we done showed that we can pick up 4 yards a carry.
And I agree, but that's why I say that's the Los Angeles Rams offense. Because before Kyron Williams started making a name for himself, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, Cooper Kupp, quick on the inside, slant, dig route, out to the flat. So I feel like this year coming up in year 2, Zach gonna know, all right, this situation, all right, let me mix it up now. Let me do this in this situation.
Well, we sure hoping so. But they get the dreaded comment. He say we need to do like other teams and don't let our players go until they're up in age. He laughed afterwards. So I know he's making a joke. But this is something that kind of intrigues me about our team over time. It's usually maybe 1 or 2 guys over the different eras that we can point to and say he was a lifelong Falcon, and then he left and retired after about a couple years of being away from the Falcons. It's only been a couple guys every era. And I know people want to think that, well, shit, that's most teams. The teams that are consistent at being in the conversation for contending, they at least got 2 guys on offense and 2 guys on defense. That's gonna be they gonna be a franchise guy at least until they in the longest of they 2.
I can agree with you out there
for that. Philly good for paying their DTs, and look how long they kept Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, good long time. Good long time.
I can agree with what you're saying on that, Blakberry, but that puts us in the same situation that we is now, a Falcon for life. And that's why we in a situation with the cap that we was in now, because we kept holding people too long.
Now I don't think the holding people.
I ain't never agreed with that. Let me explain. Let me try to explain it the best way I can. The Falcons are the biggest disappointment of teams in the NFL because we have been good enough to win a couple championships by now. We fall short. We don't like the contracts that was handed out during the Matt Ryan, Julio Jones era. We don't like it, but they had us in contention. We don't like that we kept extending, we kept restructuring contracts till it got to a point where we got so much dead cap that we about to have damn receipts falling out of our damn ass. We don't like it, but we was in contention a lot until
to be honest,
it
wasn't too many years that we won in the playoffs with Matt Ryan and Julio with that team.
Yeah.
Just
about
being
them
honest, it wasn't that many years.
Think about them first 4 trips to the playoffs with Matt Ryan. The teams that beat us went on to the Super Bowl and either won or were just in the game.
Yep.
And then we finally get to a conference championship, and we fall short by
And
what?
got cheated.
Play? We got cheated, but we fell a play short.
That was pass interference on Navarro Bowman.
It would PI all day. Matter of fact, it wasn't the only time that they needed. They were holding the shit out of Tony Gonzalez them every time they snapped the ball.
But see, like that's what I'm saying because I don't remember which one of y'all said it, Blackberry. I can't remember it was you, Will, or Juan. But every time the Falcons started getting physical, flags come out. Every
Hey, they did
time.
that
We
this
all
year though.
said that. Yep.
But see,
Every time.
All
but
of
you
us
know,
said that.
you know what I noticed though too. Our offense is built to play fast, and I noticed every time this year when it's time when we start playing fast and whooping up on teams, they start coming out with flags because they wanted to slow us down.
Every time.
It's a lot of it is like I'm gonna keep saying this. The league don't like the Falcons, man.
They
Oh
don't.
no.
We pissed off the powers that be in the NFL a long time ago.
You
And a
know,
lot
you
of
know
the
what?
old boys that's still around and that still got their kids that done took over the
Hey,
they
hey,
thing.
Blackbeard.
They
Pop,
still
I'm gonna be honest.
don't like it.
I'm gonna be honest. I was talking to Pops one day, right? And he said the same thing you said, but then he told me the reason why. He said a lot of teams don't like the Falcons. A lot of these, not teams, but a lot of people didn't like the Falcons. They still don't like us because of Rankin Smith. Rankin Smith is a vet against his own team and, you know, win money and do other stuff. So they still mad at the old management that we don't even have. He said a lot of, because Pop, you know, Pop's been a Falcon fan. So he was just letting me know that a lot of our grief from the media comes from the Rankin Smith era. It don't even come from the Arthur Blank era.
Think
But
about it.
they
We
also
traded away one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history for a running back who played one game.
But he also said the problem is that we've had the team, like Blackberry said, he said one of the main problems is we've had the team to win multiple championships.
Mm-hmm.
We have.
We done had it a number of times, man, and we've the problem that we at right now, and this what I'm gonna get at on Wednesday on Let's Be Clear. Well, I will open it up again to the chat, but this what I'm gonna get at on Let's Be Clear on Wednesday is the problem that we're at now is we can't afford to be as patient as we were before for a couple reasons. One, our owner, Arthur Blank, he ain't got a lot of time left. Because even if he do live another 20 years, he ain't gonna be involved much with the team.
That's why he been grooming his son.
Right. Then also, how many years has the Falcons been in Atlanta?
Well, like 55, 60. I think it was 55, 50 something.
It's like 54 years or something like that.
Oh, and they still mad about that Super Bowl. How we, you know, how everyone the '98 one when the old boy got arrested.
We know they talking about that still, yeah. But 50 some years and no jury, no banners in the rafters, no trophy in the trophy case.
And the media actually do like Atlanta. It's just the Falcons done. We always bumble something.
It's not the city, it's the team. See, that's what we're gonna talk about on Wednesday. It's not the city, it's the team. The reason why we can't afford to be as patient. Well, we gotta mold we gotta marinate a team together and all that. First of all, you got your quarterback in his rookie deal right now. That's why let me pull this back up. That's why this ain't as far-fetched as y'all think it is. Because you got your quarterback going into his second season of his rookie deal. You got a wide out in Drake London, who after this year he gonna be expecting the coin, especially if he ball out. He gonna be expecting the coin. You can't let Kyle Pitts. You can't let him play on a 5th year and don't sign him back. You're either gonna trade Tyler Algier or you gonna trade Kyle Pitts. Maybe both.
Hey, this Matt Bergeron 3rd year or 4th year?
This Bergeron 3rd year.
Yeah, and then truthfully, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you why you right, Blakberry. Cause one thing I've noticed by watching all these YouTubes about our quarterback, I had to go do because I didn't know who Penix was before we drafted him, whatever. But one thing I can honestly say is that after a lot of the media watch Penix play, in their mind, everybody from Colin Cowherd all the way down to old boy on ESPN who don't even like us, one thing they can admit is the Falcons finally found their franchise quarterback as long as he can stay healthy.
Can't nobody deny it. It's just like when Trae Young showed his behind in them playoffs that year. Nobody could deny. Y'all found y'all a superstar.
Hey, they said at the combine when Michael Penix was throwing. Who is it? Daniel Jeremiah. It is not far-fetched for Michael Penix to take over for Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. He said it right there during the combine.
But see, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is with that. It's like Blakberry said. When you have a quarterback like that, it's not even about time no more. I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is. You have no more excuses.
No more excuses. That boy, you put it right on the motherfucking money. No,
but that's good. That's what we need in Atlanta. No more excuses.
Honest, that's everybody that I've watched. I'm talking about I've watched I'm gonna tell you, I watched our old quarterback Kirk break down Michael Penix tape. He was almost, let me tell you, he was almost salivating at Michael Penix. He was like, man, I love Michael Penix. He said, because even he pointed out one thing he loved about Michael Penix, no hitch in his throw. 1-2 gone, ball gone. Yes. 1-2 ball gone. He said
he's the most impressive passer of the football in a very long time. I haven't seen anybody as impressive throwing the ball coming out of college. I ain't gonna stunt since Matt Ryan.
And he even said the problem with Kirk is Kirk got a hitch in his step. So his release ain't as fast. That's why he hold the ball. He said with Michael Penix, he was showing it on his breakdown. Y'all can go back and watch Kirk break down Penix. He was like, man, 1-2, boom, ball gone. 1-2, boom, ball gone. He said he's still gonna make his rookie mistakes, but he said I feel Penix can minimize a lot of that rookie time because he's had 6 seasons in college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those new mechanics of a quarterback.
I'm gonna tell you though, Mike, I ain't mean to cut y'all, bro. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good.
I'm gonna tell you, if you ain't noticed, this is why I say no more excuses. Everything I watch it every day. I just look up, I put Michael Penix's name in YouTube just to see if they got new stuff on them for me to watch. But one thing I can honestly say, what made me say no excuses is because everybody's piece of YouTube that I've watched about Michael Penix, if you don't notice, he's slowly becoming our Matt Ryan, meaning the face of our franchise. They not even talking about Bijan. Remember, it was Bijan last year. It was Kyle Pitts. It was Drake London the year before Bijan. It was Kyle Pitts before Drake. Michael Penix is slowly becoming our face of the franchise, not by our choice. I'm speaking on I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard ESPN talk this good about us. Never.
That pass he made to Kyle Pitts in that Washington game. We talking
about get the Ray McCloud. I mean the Cordell Hodge one because they play that all the time.
Yeah, the Hodge one too. Let me get Will Mayman here. What's up with Will Mayman?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, Will?
Hey, real quick before I get to you, Will. when you can make the passes he made in that Washington game, I want people to this is the context that came along with that game.
4th and 20.
Not only is it playoff implications, it's a playoff vibe on the road. On the road. Not only do you have the playoff atmosphere, but in the first quarter, he didn't fare all that well. Y'all remember he was making mistakes.
That's when the rookie came out of him.
It was mistakes that before the game he claimed that he don't make. He talked when he started talking that talk, and I was on record saying before that game, I wish he wouldn't have said that. And sure enough, he come out there and look bad. He looked like boo-boo in that first quarter.
He looked like a rookie.
He looked like a straight up rookie in that first quarter. But what'd he do though? He gathered himself together and he didn't skip a motherfucking beat after that.
And it may have just been that playoff implication pressure you were talking about when he first, because you know it's different. College bright lights different than NFL bright lights.
That's true. So when you got a guy that can do that, what he did in that Washington game, you done found your guy. What we got to do now, as not us, but what the coaching staff has to do and what management has to do now is be smart about what they put around him.
And that's why I'm glad you said that, Blackberry. And that's why part of me, I got faith in Raheem Morris because he was here. He seen that we didn't put nothing around Matt. We didn't build a defense. We didn't have a successor in place.
You got faith in him or you just got hope in him?
I got faith in him.
I ain't got shit. I ain't got shit in him. I'm sorry.
Will,
listen.
Let's see what Will Ames think about that, George Test boy. Go ahead, Will. What you got on that?
But I don't know about keeping the I'm really focused on the players, but with that being said, we need to really address the team position.
Your audio, Will. It's all kind of.
Hold on. You hear me now?
Nah, you sound like you talking through an AM radio.
Hold on. Let me log out and come back to Hold on.
All right.
Let me come back to
Who was that? Jay Holland? What you want to respond to your boy Georgia, Texas boy? You want to respond to that? Jay Holland. Who that? Jay Holland or King Richie?
Nah, that was Holland.
Jay Holland, you there? Oh, damn, he done came back in. Hold on.
Damn, I don't know. That was my AirPods or what? Shit, my fault.
I don't know. You done came in about 4 or 5 different times under a different alias.
I'm getting phone calls. My fault. Everybody calling my phone.
Go ahead though.
Now, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you wanted to respond. Oh, Will, you good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let Will Ames say what he was gonna say. Go ahead, Will, man.
Well, yeah, it'll be short and sweet, man. We need to address these trenches, but my first thing, we need to address the center. So I think we're going to the second round to draft as a center because we're gonna need a real nose identity center who read defense with each changing their formation and everything, because that's important. You got to have a good center to communicate with your quarterback and know what he's seeing on the field, what defense trying to attack. And we need to get us some edge rushers. Like I said, I know we probably won't get Mike Green, but if he gone, get you a defensive tackle, a big defensive tackle with 365, and I'll get you that dog in you. But what I'm saying is, for us, man, we got to start giving Raheem Morris more passes. It's really on him and the coaching staff with Jeff Albrecht. I know Jeff Albrecht's gonna do his job, but it's up to the players to execute. So we gotta get that diamond and rough on defense and add us a center. With that being said, I trust New.
Well, what I'm curious is, and I know Jay Holland had something he wanted to say about this. I'm curious to know what his faith come from Georgia, Texas boy and Raheem Morris. I'm just curious. Not saying you shouldn't have faith in him. I'm just curious.
Okay, so his first comment when he got hired. If Atlanta had better quarterback play, I wouldn't be here. All right, I'm finna double dip on quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody say that this defense needs improvement. We need better depth. All right, finna let all these players walk, and I'm finna bring in better depth. Everybody been saying, man, shit, offense good. We need defense. So what they do? Put all focus on defense.
Okay.
Is
So
it,
what about the coaching aspect of it?
Coaching aspect is like for me, I didn't put a lot of emphasis in year one because of year one. I did the same thing with Arthur Smith. I did the same thing with Dan Quinn. I did the same thing with Mike Smith. But Mike
That's
Smith
fair.
took us to the playoffs.
can
That's
I
fair.
can, can I
Go
rebuttal
ahead, Jay
that?
Holly. I will come to you because I know you got something to say about that. Go ahead.
Man, I ain't got no goddamn faith in him, bro. I'm sorry. Better been a head coach before he make rookie mistakes. Why in the hell timeouts don't roll over until the next game? I don't know if he know that or not. But have been around this league long enough to know some shit. Damn, I ain't finna say he brought the damn secondary in, because once upon a time, our secondary was playing ringing around the rosy in the damn Vikings game. We damn near got worse on defensive side of following his defensive coach.
Hey, you think the timeout roll over like PTO?
Say, man,
Nah, but that one,
they fall over or something.
I think he was letting Jimmy Lake call the defense himself. I don't think he got involved in the defense until a certain point. Honestly,
Man, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. You a
because
head coach. You call him damn time, man.
no, I ain't talking about the
But I ain't from
timeout.
that
I ain't
Carolina.
saying he ain't
That, but
wrong
that
for
but
that.
that Carolina game pissed me off, fellas, though.
What
Go
I'm
ahead, Ken Rich.
saying
Go
is,
ahead. Go
I ain't
ahead.
saying the timeout. What I'm saying is, he was being a head coach and just letting Jimmy do his thing until it got out of hand. Is basically what I'm saying.
Well, some people think that Jimmy Lake was just taking marching orders from Raheem Morris.
I don't think so.
I believe so.
I don't think so because when Jimmy Lake was at Washington, it was the same thing. That soft cover three shell. That's how I knew what we were gonna run when we got him. That the soft cover three shell is why they, besides putting your hands on the player, the soft cover three shell was why they ran him out of Washington.
I got a question. Who
Nah, they
took
ran
over
him
the
out of
defensive?
Washington until he put their hands on a student.
Who took over the
Why they
defensive
got
play
rid of
calls
that rule?
around the bye week?
Jared Gray.
Jimmy Lake. I mean, yeah,
Jerry Gray
I'm
took over
sorry,
the
Jared
defensive
Gray.
calls.
Yeah. Jared Gray
Over
just
the
don't want to
call?
be he don't want to be a defensive coordinator. He already said it.
No, I think
So
Jimmy Lake was still calling the plays.
so why in the hell Raheem Morris was putting his name on the credit when we start getting sacks in the second half of the season?
Well, he didn't. Jimmy Lake did. Jimmy Lake went in front
Yeah.
of the press and uh said that the adjustments to the pass rushing scheme that Raheem came and put on the defense was a vital reason for why we were starting to get sacks. He said that in front of everybody to hear. That's what wrote his ticket the fuck up out of here, in my opinion.
That's what I meant. It's like, why do he need you? If I'm a manager of if I'm a head coach and I'm trying to delegate a job, so I don't have to do the job. See, that's what I liked about the Jeff Ulbrich interview, even though no one else liked it. Jeff Ulbrich said, why wouldn't I lean on a Jerry Gray? Why wouldn't I lean on this person? Why wouldn't I lean? He said Jerry Gray got a wealth of knowledge. It'd be almost criminal for him not. I don't think Jimmy Lake really wanted to lean on nobody because he wanted to prove himself to himself.
That's
I
a
like
foul
when he say
assessment.
him and
Ooh,
Raheem
that's a
different
good
damn
take
words
right
on the
there, King Rich.
sideline.
That's a foul assessment, man.
I'm
Or
just
the
saying
better
because think about it as a grown man. You got kicked out of. You just got to look at it. I'm just looking at it from a lens of being a man. You got kicked out of Washington for putting your hand on the students. You got your chance with the LA Rams. Raheem offered you a position because you is his best friend. It was nepotism. I'm not saying it wasn't. But as they think about every time as a man when you got something wrong that you wanted to correct within yourself. So instead of it probably like Raheem came to Jimmy like, you sure you don't need no help? Nah, I got it. You know how come on now, let's not act like we don't know how some people live. Some people don't like help as much as others.
And I believe that's more likely the case than anything else, is because when you got a head coach who's okay with just being a delegator, a lot of the times they would rather that who they selected do their job without them having to come put their imprint on it. What this does is it allows the head coach to actually oversee the team and not have to put too much energy into one area of the team. That's the whole point.
Hey, and see, you know what? Going back to what you just said, Blakberry, you want to know the real proof of it? Because now people mad that Raheem didn't take over the defense, right? But when Arthur Smith had his hands on as the offensive coordinator and the head coach, everybody was like, nah, he should have got an offensive coordinator and delegated the work. Now you got somebody that want to delegate the work and y'all mad.
Now you mad.
Speak on it. Speak on
Make
it.
it make sense.
But a lot of people now, a lot of content creators, some of my contemporaries are making the claim that he still would not let Jimmy Lake do his job.
I don't think that's the case.
The evidence that points against that is the fact that why I call that man King? The fact that Jimmy Lake goes in front of a press and says it out his mouth that the adjustments that the head coach came and made to the pass rush scheme were instrumental in the new success of generating sacks and pressure. If he don't say that, then I would still be inclined to think that he was taking marching orders from Raheem Morris.
I'm gonna be honest.
Does he say that? We know he wasn't.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Jimmy Lake was leaning on none of them, not Jerry Gray. Because I'm gonna tell you why I say this. I'm gonna tell you one player, prime example, D. Alford. Now you can't tell me last year with Ryan Nielsen, D. Alford was a beast because Ryan Nielsen was smart enough to say, I'm gonna let Jerry Gray handle the secondary and I'm gonna handle the defensive line. That's why we got them 42 sacks. Think about it. Our secondary were playing like ball hawks. Now you got just say you got an egotistical defensive coordinator that don't want to let nobody touch his defense.
Mm-hmm.
And you still ran that same scheme that I watched you run in Washington. And the only reason I had to watch some of Washington games is because my cousin was a safety for Kentucky. So when I'm out there with him, them the only type games that come on TV. The SECs, what I watch don't really come on TV, so I was forced to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So me watching Jimmy Lake scheme from Washington, it's the same thing he tried to do in the NFL. And I'm gonna be honest, you can't run a soft cover shell. First of all, when you don't have a middle linebacker and you don't have a nose tackle, cover 3 is not going to work anyway because you need real pressure from your front four so your linebackers and your DBs can play more on ball instead of off ball. You got your DBs 10 yards back and your linebackers 5 yards back, but the first down line is 3 yards in front of everybody else.
Wasn't that the same thing on the Dan Quinn?
But then think about the players Dan Quinn had, though. Dan Quinn, how I'm trying to say, Dan Quinn's scheme wasn't necessarily a soft cover shell 3. He knew when. Man, I'm gonna tell you, prime example. Dan Quinn, I watched Jimmy Lake on one of his plays.
I'm gonna let you hold that thought, King Richie. We gonna cut the line. We gonna stay on, y'all. We gonna stay on, but we gotta cut the line. Hey man, appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all make sure y'all check us out again on Wednesday for let's be clear. We'll be back Wednesday for Let's Be Clear. We appreciate everybody that came on the panel. We're going to stick around and conversate. The link is still in the chat. If you want to come in and you want to conversate with everybody that's on the panel, we're going to stick around. This is something they do on We Talk Hawks TV. If you're a Hawks fan and you watch We Talk Hawks TV, they do stuff like this. I want to kind of adopt that idea over here on Fan Speak Mondays. So the link is in the chat. Scroll up if you don't see it. I'll put it in there one more time. If you want to come in and talk some shit with the panel, you can. We're gonna go ahead and cut this one short. Well, we can cut it short. It's time for it to end.
One more thing before I close it out, though, fellas, man. Man,
go ahead, Will.
My condolence. I'm gonna say that my condolence going to your scooter, man, for that incident happened in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the police officer. What happened? They saying that he ran. I guess he got set up by a female. If I be telling a young brother, boy, be careful with these women you're dealing with, because when you come up, they'll try their best to take your account for weakness. And I got a truck driving school out there on Thursday, and up there in Conyers, Georgia, on Blakberry, man. I'm talking to the truck driving. So
you gonna be in Conyers, man?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, because they bucked down.
You gonna be right there on 138 too. I know exactly where you gonna be at too.
Yeah, I got only thing I got. You know, they're going by the driver record. Only got 2 super speeders, so I pray that they don't turn me down on that, man. So
2 super speeders. You might have to do some. You might have to take some driving class, some driving courses, and all that to get that shit off your record, get that shit off your license. But it ain't something that can't be. They can get around it though. They'll figure it out for you. R.P. the young scooter. Shout out, condolences to his family, man. I know he was pretty big in the underground in Atlanta, man. So not shout out to him, but rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family. We got to remember to put the Most High before everything else, and remember that he in complete control of everything that we do. So I just hope they know that and remember that. With that being said, though, man, appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all know how it is over here. It's the home team and nothing but the home team, baby. Catch us on the flip side. We're going to be in the background. Y'all come tap in with us if y'all want to. Peace.